Welcome to the MTU Esports. Today, our MTU Huskies team is taking on St. John's University in the Playfly Varsity Premier League. I'm Nolan.
I'm David, and for the MTU side, we have our captain Brandon as Jay, Elliot as Elio, Raymond as Goodish, Henry as Cordy UIOP, and Tobias as T. Jorgen.
And for St. John's players, we have Loriside, Anime Cat, Cryo, Winton, and Biartoa. And
welcome back to MTU Esports. Currently, our Huskies are 1-2 this season after missing out on competing their first week due to a bye victory. Our opponents today, St. John's, are currently 2-2, going 1-2 against Rowan Gold and taking their own bye from U Toledo.
And then be sure to like, subscribe, and follow to stay along and join us on this ride with our fellow Huskies.
So we can talk a little bit about the bans and the picks real quick. So we have 3 bans from all around. We have Sunset, Abyss, and Icebox. Oh no, we also have Ascent, right? Yes. They also banned Ascent.
Yep, Ascent was out of the picture. And then, so that leaves our maps to be played as MTU starting off on Haven on defense, I believe. And then followed up by Binds on defense as well, and then Lotus as the final match determining game.
Yeah, and here we are into the game already. Unfortunately, we had some tech issues, but we're in it now. 0-2 in favor of St. John's with tech on the defense.
St. John's going to go for a main C hit with their eco. Raymond being able to pick up 1 on site, but 2 falling for the side of MTU.
Planted.
Looks like St. John's is in a really good spot here, up 2, and this on their eco rounds. All right, it's 1v4. Elliot's left, CT. St. John's knows where he is and trying to push him. And it looks like Elliot gets 1, almost gets 2.
Still a good effort from Elio there, getting that pick at the end.
Yep. It is not that good to lose the buy round, but what can you do? It was a really hard rush onto C, especially with that Neon ultimate. Definitely being able to tear away into sight.
Yeah, Neon getting her ult round 3, already coming out with 6 kills, showing a lot of aggression. I mean, that's how they're going to get it done.
And it looks like St. John's going a very fast-paced game to lead into it. First round, they basically ran through A. Unfortunately, we couldn't show it because stream problems, but afterwards, just rushing through C, and they're trying to take this fast pace as possible. Looks like MTU, Raymond, and Jay push up C long, and it looks like they are going. Jay is currently baiting for Raymond.
He does get a pick onto the Neon. He does the
1,
bait.
Raymond gets 2. Just like that, it is a 3v2 on the side of Huskies. 2v2. Elliot pushed up mid in a bit of a pickle right here.
I've got your trail.
Is it 2v2 here?
Skyalt comes out, scans both of them.
Looks like St. John's seems to be committing up C. John having a Bucky to prevent them. You know he's there, gets 1, gets a second with the Bucky, and John gets that and denies the plant, and that's a thrifty for MTU.
Very big round from Tech there, especially being so far down in the eco.
Yep, and it looks like we all can buy, especially with Elliot and John able to have a lot more money, especially even if we lose this round for next. And it looks like this is the rounds that really matters, because looks like St. John's seems to be having some eco trouble, especially if they lose this game, or this round.
You got 1 light buy and 2 other guys who probably won't be able to buy next if they lose this.
Yep. It looks like Jay has ult on Cypher if a pick is gotten. It doesn't look like anyone see. St. John gets a pick on Elliot on a main. Looks like they're all four rushing a long, and it looks like they are going to get on the site. Raymond gets one, denies the push onto.
Cypher showing a little trouble on B there, getting one, but rotating back to A a little bit.
Oh, and Henry gets 3 there real quick with the Clove ult, and he commits the last. It's a 2v1 here. Cypher does not have Spike. It is on A side, so he has to push up himself. Looks like contact. All up to Henry here. Ult's going down. Henry does have his ult to prevent a post plant. Alright.
Playing very smart, playing back with the Sova ult here on the plant.
One Sova ult will not be enough to kill him right now currently, but it'll definitely put him to 1. Looks like the long rotate from St. John's on the
30
Cypher.
seconds left.
Henry looking to see if he commits A and then rotate on. It looks like St. John's is going to be able to get the plant down.
Spike planted.
Here's the plant down, and he starts to rotate, and we have about 40 seconds left.
And this is the 1v1, and it looks like Cypher is pushing into Garage. Oh, and the timing, and Lori side gets the pick onto Henry. Unfortunately, St. John's picks up that round, and it looks like MTU are going to have to light by this round. At least have enough for next.
Another close round for Tech there, getting 4 off of the A site push, but unfortunately falling to that lurker. We'll see if they take note of this this Cypher that's lurked, I think, 2 rounds already.
Yep. And it looks like even though St. John's won, they have a couple of people that can't buy with only 1 rifle on their team. MTU also has 1 rifle. So it's going to be looking like a scrappy round for sure. No one on C for the side of MTU. No Cypher trips down. Looks like the ISO ult going down. Site is fully cleared for St. John's, and they get 3 up sites. And the spike is planted. Looks like MTU are trying to look and get that Cypher first than anything, as we see on the flank.
MTU definitely not being very aggressive here, waiting for them to kind of settle down on site.
Lori side lurking up yet again through Garage, as MTU has taken up the site. There is 3 long, so it might be tough to stick the plant.
And Breach Ujo comes out for the post plant, or post defuse.
John gets 1 with the judge, and returning falls, and then Lori side gets 1.
It is half. Can he get this? Oh, the smoke goes down.
Close. Time will not allow it. And just like that, St. John's pick up another round. And it looks like we used, St. John's used a couple of ults there to confirm the rounds, but we still have a couple ults left to try and get back their momentum this round, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely with that Cypher out, we can definitely do a lot with that.
Omen ult can also be used for early info for us, because the way that St. John's at least have been playing, when they're all a site, usually there's 4 there. So that info might be necessary for committing to a rotate.
For
As
sure.
we see, it looking like a split for St. John's, and we see 3 up A long, 2 A short. Cypher is not on the lurk this round. Jay gets 1 from Heaven onto the Neon.
Yep, Cypher ult coming out. They know they're all 5 are there, so Tech is all pushing there.
Jay hiding Heaven, waiting for the opportune time, waiting for that spike to be tapped. Same with Raymond, ready to stun off of spike tap. And there's spike tap there. All right, there's the breach stun. 2 are on site. Jay gets 1. Jay gets 2. 1's close graffiti. Does Jay get it? As we see John slowly pushing up shorts. And he sees the 1 graffiti. Able to get the pick. Last one hell. 2v1 for MBTU. And Kang with the trade and securing the round for MTU.
That last 2v1 there, they played that very smart, having swinging at the same time.
Yep.
Really giving him a hard time to really close out that round.
Yeah, and with that they get more leniency too. Playing together that way, even if one of them doesn't necessarily get the heads up on the first one, they definitely would be able to spray him down before they kill him.
For sure.
All right, and it looks like a mixed buy on the side of St. John's, and MTU is able to buy a little bit, but half armors all across the board basically. And so it is going to look like another scrappy round for MTU. Unfortunately, we have no ults on board. We will be looking to try and get the Phoenix ult up though, as Elliot peeks out mid maybe. Tries to get a pick onto mid.
Is spotted.
And backs up. Looks like the Cypher is lurked up onto A. Going to reach contact onto the R Cypher, who is being played by Jay. Looks like a lot seem to be going towards A. And Jay hears a lot along, and he sees the Cypher still there, unknown. And that is 4 on site. For St. John's, site is clear.
And then here comes MTU, hearing that the smoke is down and the plant too.
Jay unfortunately getting picked from the smoke dropping. So Elliot got shots from the smoke dropping CT. Cypher is pushed up onto the close left CT, which is going to be tough for MTU to clear unless we have a drone or an arrow. All 4 on site, 1 short, and then and that is the round for St. John's. They definitely seem really coordinated on their initial hits, especially with we don't really put as much pressure on the FC. Feels like we might need to put more pressure on site holds.
For sure. You saw that round, that pistol round on C long where we got 3. We almost won that round. We almost got 4 there. That C round where we pushed up, and maybe they can see that might work in the future. Yeah, you're right.
Looks like with this save round for MTU, we are deciding to all push out A and potentially get a pick onto the Cypher. With all 5 going A, unfortunately, they seem to know and at least realize that there is no one on C with the Trailblazer going down on Sky. Site is open, and they know that MTU's up to something.
Yep. St. John's going deep into spawn, clearing, finding out they're not there, so they have to assume something is up.
Cypher sees 3 here. He's playing around, rough and around.
Yeah, he's panicking.
Lower side gets the pick onto Raymond. Gets traded though by Kang. Unfortunately, Henry fell as well. And it looks like MTU is going to be pushing C main as a sort of offensive sided on the defensive sided. And this retake is going to be tough as they have the Sky behind them, pushing through the smoke. Kang falls. 2 in main, and then the Sky flank gets 1. And Elliot falls as last as St. Peter's takes another round. Or St. John's, sorry.
That Cypher lurking is doing so much work for St. John's, really calling out their the 5-man flank there.
Yep, especially with the Cypher trip. It definitely helps that he was in the area, definitely hearing all 5, panicking as soon as he saw at least 2 in that mid-window area. And then, especially with that Sky ult, they knew no one was on site. They had it for free. All right, and it looks like a more even buy. 2 people on the side of MTU has half armor. And it looks like as the round commences, it looks like a rush into garage. Neon already in the first 5 seconds of the round, clearing as Kang holds garage window. It looks like there will be some backing out of the Neon. It looks like a bait on the side of St. John's. As
MTU
they
not
slow push up A.
Yeah, MTU not quite taking the bait. Haven't really fully committed yet, especially with that Phoenix lurking mid, really listening for that audio cue.
Looks like Elliot on Phoenix is going to be rotating to A, and it looks like a almost. And then that is Sova getting picked up by the ISO ult. And that is Henry getting the pick back onto him. And fortunately, he's in a good spot with Elliot protecting him, so they couldn't get his body. Looks like a rotate back all the way to C. Cypher is still lurked up B, and then Neon is still pushing up A. It looks like we are unaware of the Neon. Looks like the spike is going down. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, St. John's unable to get the spike down. 30 seconds left. Lower side getting a pick on John in window. Jay trading him back. 3v1, or 3v2, Neon behind, rushing up. Trying to shoot Henry. Unfortunately, Henry lived, and then Jay got the pick onto Neon. That is a clean round by MTU.
Tech did a very good job there, not over-rotating and not really falling for that Neon bait. Really using their util and their game sense to win that round.
Yeah. Especially probably was going to be a hard play to just stay on sites because they have been so rush heavy this round. With them sticking to their guns, sticking to their sights, realizing maybe Neon, this is too obvious. Maybe Neon is baiting for their team.
Yeah, they definitely figured something was up after she just solo walked up and then left immediately.
Yep. Looks like a heavy rush onto A-sided. Neon going in, ulting on. Fortunately, MTU stacking 3 back onto here. 3 on A site. It's going to be tough for the 4 people A main to breach on the site. And ISO's on, Neon's on. Flash, though, Elio and Henry picking up 2. Another one on Elio. It's 2v2 on A site. 1 person rotating in for MTU. Now it's a 3v2. Looks like St. John's might not want to go here. Clove does have ult, so it is technically a 3v2. 3v3. And then Clove gets the spike back. Clove falls again. It is a 1v2 spike on site. And it's Cypher on Cypher versus Omen. Looks like a one-way onto short from Omen. Lower side able to pick off John. Jay playing on site, peeking. And Jay gets the pick, and we pick up the round.
Another great round from Tech there. You see those breach flashes doing so much work counteracting those fast pushes from St. John's. Really solidifying the defense.
And it looks like a great spot for Tech to be able to get that 5-7 half. We have 2 ults up. Phoenix ult is 1 orb off, compared to maybe a Cypher ult being able to be thrown out from the side of St. John's, but that's if he gets a kill or an orb. And so this looks favorably for MTU. Let's see how it plays out. Looks like a main mid push for St. John's. Cypher looking to see if anyone peeks up a short. Fortunately, we are backing off Elio as he backs off towards more CT area as we play slow yet again. Looks like ISO is tucked outside B in a good spot if anyone is unsuspecting. It looks like St. John's have determined to push up A main, A short. Neon going loud. Asher Smoke's going down, Neon going on the site, and that's 4 on for A for St. John's. Looks like MTU is going to be playing retake onto here. ISO still got a good lurk out B, potentially looking on to get a flank kill, and that is spike down for St. John's. ISO may be able to pick up a kill here. Oh, place it down. Jay knew, Jay heard, and Jay gets a pick on the ISO. Now it is a 4v4 retake for Tech.
Tech goes out on the site here, gets 1, and pushes them all back into A main.
Unfortunately, no smokes on the side of Tech. All down. Cypher, all 3 A main, and it looks like they are squatting us down, unfortunately. And that is the 4-8 half. 8 on the side of St. John's and 4 on the side for us on Michigan Tech.
Definitely not a terrible score there. Only down 4 rounds is definitely not something bad.
No, yeah, for sure. Especially with Haven having 3 sites, it's pretty easy for attackers to be able to get a pick, breach on a site, and explode. More so on the side, it's easier to attack than defend with them spread so thinly.
Especially with all those lurking capabilities with the that we saw work so very well on that attacking side.
Yeah. Especially with that Cypher. The Cypher had a lot of info on the side of St. John's. and just fit flawlessly with their push on the sites because he was exactly where MTU didn't want him to be. Looks like ISO. It looks like a mid push 4 on the side of St. John's to try and take that mid space. Probably going to collapse on whichever site they will take it. MTU on to C, all 5. Looks like we're going to be able to get spiked down. Looks like 3 on flank. J is also on flank to commit them. But it looks like a full retake from Garage and CT. And it looks like 3 push up into CT. Whole team fights.
Last player
Alright,
standing.
and a 1v1. Last one
enemy
on
remaining.
Spike and gets the full defuse. That was a hectic rounds. A lot of team play. They're all grouped up. Saw 1 CT. 3 rushed him and just ignored the 3 people in Garage, which was, I mean, it was really good on getting the guy CT and getting the people out of the Garage push, but unfortunately that Neon snuck by and stuck the spike.
Yeah, I definitely, if I was in that situation, I also wouldn't think he would be sticking there. So I definitely don't blame him for that.
Yep. Looks like, what do you think MTU has got to do to start maybe being more, do you think we should be more aggressive on these plays? Do you think we should commit more?
Well, I feel like right there we were maybe a tad bit too aggressive, especially with the 3-man push up to CT. We got 2 from it, but we got picked off. We had the other 2 on site got picked off, and that really caused the round to go downhill from there.
And Omen TPing on the site after paranoying and getting 1 and assisting in the ISO. And it is a 5v3 for MTU. We have sight. Now we just have to defend it.
And
Spikes
we have
down.
2 guns.
Yep, 2 guns. Basically full HP except for Omen. Stun onto Neon. Neon, all backside is cleared. 3v3. Half of each team is 1 HP. Spikes is down. No diffuser on. It looks like that's 1. That's 2v1. Both are low, and Kang picks up the last.
Very good save round from Tech there.
Yeah, no, for sure. Being able to pick up those guns, especially destroy those 2 who were on site,
Yes.
was really great. Kept us very healthy through when they actually had to retake, and when it was 5v3, we had it in the bag, I guess. But amazing post plant for the side of Michigan Tech. And yeah, see if we could. And now it is a great round for Michigan Tech as we have full buy, and it's full buy rounds. But unfortunately, St. John's does not have that.
Yeah, losing that second round, that bonus round, is definitely catastrophic for the
Especially
loser.
with stuff like Marshalls, Guardians, very expensive guns. Looks like MTU does have C on Spike. That's Spike down, and it is a 5v4.
That early pick on a Cypher is definitely really big, especially with his intel gathering capabilities. He's the lurker, he's the guy with the cam. Now we have St. John's pushing up.
2 CT, last 1 CT, and nice. And that is the round for MTU. And I liked how we all pushed on the site, especially on a round where we had guns, but they didn't give them a chance to maybe pick us off pick us off and maybe steal 1 gun, and just, it's not scrambled. It's all straightforward.
Yeah, they played that very well.
All right, and it looks like Breach ult is online for the side of NTU. Phoenix ult is 1 off as well, so that is going to be good things to look for this round. For the side of St. John's, mostly half buy, half armor especially, as well as Sky ult and Neon ult, almost online.
Tech going in for another C push after seeing their success there.
Cypher trips are on site and hits the Phoenix ult. Unfortunately for Tech, no one dies, as we have 5 on C, and it looks like they are going to be able to put a lurker for St. John's to potentially push up flank.
Well, that is what that Phoenix ult is for. It's not only for getting kills, but just for getting information. It's like a much better Soa drone.
No, yeah, for sure. Definitely was good. And then Phoenix is playing his life on site. Unfortunately, it looks like the Sky ult will see him. Jay gets a pick onto Neon. And then John gets another pick onto ISO. Spikes, not tapped yet. All three are on site. We see Jay slow push up garage, get potential flank on it. That is the breach all going down. No one on. Cypher 1 HP, and it looks like MTU has this round in the bag. Just like that. MTU is won. Fortunately for us. Lore side and the side of St. John's keep none of their guns, too. No, not even a save. And with this momentum, we take it to 7-9, and a much more winnable game state, as MTU is full bot up, 2 ultimates online with that Sova's, Hunter's Fury, and Omen's ult. Good for info, good for post plant. Meanwhile, St. John's, full save.
Yeah, and especially with that Sky ult far away, only 1 out of 8 there. I think that's been doing a lot of work this game.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we see the Neon ult from St. John's try and get things down. Fortunately, it looks like St. John's is going to push up mostly C and leave A unaccounted for, except for lower side, sitting in short, getting the pick and ult on. That ult down is going to be very good for St. John's. 3v3. St. John's does have 1 short, which is going to be tough for MTU to deal with. That's 1. Now it is a 2v3. Site is surrounded from the side of MTU. It's a 1v2. Sova is low, unaware of the Cypher pushed up.
He's playing this very smart backing off here after just getting scanned. He knows where the Cypher was. And I assume he must know where the Sky is too.
Yep.
He's just full sprinting it towards A, getting the plant down, and 1v2 post-plant scenario.
That is the spike down for C. Sova does have ult here, so if he does get a pick, he would be able to put it in post plant. Fortunately, he's going to just miss. Oh, and unfortunately, MTU has lost the round. And that was unfortunate timing with the Sky wrapping flank playing together. Gave him no information on where they were coming from.
Yeah.
Especially on healing up that Cypher, it'd be a lot harder to post plant, especially if he was 1 shot to his ult.
Yeah, giving him the call that he might be 1 shot, he might be going for body shots or something like that.
And just like that, it looks like an even buy on both sides. But all teams being able to full buy here. MTU still have 3 ults online. We now have Cypher ults with our Sova and Omen ults. And ISO on the side of St. John's being up. And that's going to be probably really good, especially on A side, which they look like they're going towards. They usually like to rush up A and then try and ult them out. Maybe not. As St. John's tries to look for a more mid-oriented approach after showing a little bit of presence A. Looks like MTU is putting Cypher alone on C, 1 on Garage. Sova Dart does not see the Cypher trips in Garage, or does not break any, as there was none.
Tech kind of reconstituting in spawn here, leaning a little bit towards A.
The 2 on A definitely will help. At least being able to watch those 2 angles is really nice, as it seems that St. John's is being able to slow push up A. They're making a little bit of noise as Tech knows. We get a couple rotates in. That's the ISO ult down, gets the spike, potentially. And then it is a 2v4, 2 on the side of MTU, spike down on site. It's going to be in a tough spot to get. Silver Dart, unfortunately, a little out of the map. And with that, it is St. John's round. 7-11, still very winnable though.
Yeah, still only down 4 rounds after the half. And they still have guns. They still have pretty good econ after winning 3 rounds in a row, so they're definitely not out of the game yet, especially with 3 ults and 2 of their better ults on the way, more than halfway there.
Yep, definitely playing for the long con, and this is the round to get that, because we do have that leniency of it being 11 and not 12. There's not that much pressure, but we still got time to get some rounds.
Yep, it's not match point yet.
It looks like we are trying to try another full rush onto C. That seemed to work pretty well, as we have known that Cypher doesn't really put many trips onto the C site. As we get 3 out on the site, Sky does push back out onto logs. Do we check it? And it looks like 1 gets down, Fior gets 2, and Neon gets the 3rd, unfortunately for Tech. Last one long, far long, 4v1 in terms on the side for St. John.
I must wait a moment.
Looks like Jay is left alone. Spike is on site, so it is going to be challenging to get that back and get the spike down.
Yeah, at this point, it's a battle for how many picks he can get. It's looking pretty grim, but he can definitely still bring some kills to the board here. St. John's not moving an inch off of the spike. They do not want to lose this round. Absolutely no chance.
Fortunately for Jay, we did full rush on the site, so there is a lot of time left to try and make these plays. Unfortunately, though, that time seems to be catching up with 25 seconds left. Looks like Jay might be saving here. Yep. As Jay saves to be able to take another gun into the next round.
10 seconds left.
And just like that, it's 7-12. 7 on the side of Tech and 12 on the side of St. John.
Match point for St. John here. Let's see if Tech can bring it back. They only have to get 6 rounds to 5 rounds to tie to get it into OT.
Yep, and with that, now's the round to get it. Especially, it's going to be this round and the next round. If we do win both of those, then St. John's economy will be broken, and that'll be the best scenario to win this. So we gotta definitely we have these ults for this round, but we might need to save some from next round as well.
Yeah, only 1 ult on the side of St. John's there with that Clove ult.
Clove making it technically a 5v6 if they would like. Looks like a mid push. We seem to be very condensed as well on the side of MTU. We usually all push or leave someone just slowly flank. Looks like St. John slowly pushed up A, 2 outside. Close in A main. And we get 4 onto B, planning, spike down for MTU. In a 5v5 retake scenario. Looks like Jay gets picked, and now it looks like that St. John's will be pushing up from main, like they were playing attack. Looks like all 4 rushing on the site. Neon ult coming down. Backside, 1 known. Sova ulting backside. A lot going down. Sova from CT. That's Clove ult down. Raymond getting the flash off, getting 2 picks. 1 not on site. Spike. It is half though. It is up to Raymond. And with that stick, St. John's wins the round. And thus the game. Don't worry. We still got essentially 2 more games to go through.
Yep. St. John's really being so aggressive in those last couple rounds, really showing their dominance. Unfortunately, Tech could not withstand it, but 7 rounds is not something to shy away from. Definitely one of the better scores that they have done in the past, and I think they can get it done the next game.
No, yeah, it was really close, the rounds that we were on the same page. We were able to get neck and neck to St. John's, but definitely different map. That was their pick, so us moving to this next pick, which was our pick, might give us a little bit of home ground, you know?
Yes, for sure.
And with that, do you need to be close to campus? We have places for that. Find the perfect location, live where you want to live. If you visit houghtonforrent.com, you can find a lot of things, especially right now because housing for next year is up right now as we speak. So houghtonforrent.com has a lot of spaces next to campus.
Do you know when the new building is coming in?
I believe. Are you talking about East Hall?
Yeah, the one by the Rosé.
Oh yes, I do believe that should be up next year aimed towards more higher level people.
Yeah, that's definitely exciting. I've been following the construction a little bit, just driving past there, and definitely looks like a really good building coming in for the tech people who live here.
Yeah. And with that, I think we are going to wait and transition into the next game. And hopefully we get that 5 minutes, we come back ready as we can ever be on to our map pick, which is Bind.
Yep.
We'll see you there.
attack. Here we are into map 2 on Bind with Tech on the defense and St. John's on the attack. Here we have them both picking their agents, and the game will begin shortly in 60 seconds, 1 minute.
All right, and with that, a little clarification, Bind is St. John's picks. We did pick Haven earlier, but definitely is going to be good for us on this map as well, because we do play that more grouped play style, so especially with access to the teleporters, we'll be able to make some plays.
Yep. With that Haven being such a big open map, those lurks were just so catastrophic from St. John's, so we might see a little bit less of that, and it might be good for us.
Looks like MTU not having a Sentinel here. Double initiators with the Gecko Sky is going to be a little bit challenging for watching that lurk, but it's definitely going to be interesting, especially with that Viper for smokes.
Yeah, also
Solo
double smokes. They have Brim too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, they do have Brim too. Okay, double smokes, double initiator. Not too normally seen. As we see, oh, I guess on the other side, they also have double smokes and double initiator in arrays. So I guess they're both thinking of the same strat. And
Yeah, maybe
with that-
Sentinel on Bind is just not the meta.
Yep. Which is, feels a little unusual, especially for such a site, especially with that B site. You want to have it on lockdown, as it's pretty hard to retake from CT, because you can either go from CT or elbow, but CT you can easily spam, same with elbow, or you have to flank.
Yeah, honestly, both sides of the defense are pretty hard to retake.
Yeah, that is for sure. And as we can see, St. John's setting up for potentially a TP play for B towards A, as MTU put 3 on B, 2 on A. Especially 2 showers to maybe combat the lurk up showers, as people normally do on this map.
Yeah, we're gonna see Elio lurking up showers there with that Viper wall.
Yeah, that early Viper wall through the TP does give a lot of space for the side of MTU. It looks like Elio and one able to push up a little bit. Looks like St. John's unknown on where to go, playing it slow, a lot different from the tempo they did last game. Just seeing where people are at potentially and where we could walk onto. Looks like 2 on the side of B Garden for St. John's. And it looks like they are going to either wait for noise. Oh, and there is Loricide picking up Raymond there. It's a push out for MTU into Garden. Unfortunately, there is 2 left, and that leads Elliot in a 1v5 scenario. Looks like it is looking very good for St. John here. Elliot trying to have to retake from CT, which is already challenging enough, through that clove smoke into at least 2 people watching it.
Yeah, I think Tech was definitely expecting a harder push there from St. John's.
Yeah, definitely, at least faster or some sort of, but it looks like with St. John's, which is now on raise. And it looks like a full force on the side of St. John's trying to pick up that round, as MTU has a lone Deagle with a Sea of Classics. Looks like this round, hopefully, MTU is going to look for a very scrappy play on A main here, see if anyone pushes up, able to throw enough bodies at them, get a gun, play off that. As we see Henry pushing up the right side A, 4 up A short, unbeknownst to St. John's. St. John's gets 2, Elliot and Henry. There is still 1 more person pushed up. Raymond falls to Hungry. Although 2 are low on the side of St. John's. John almost gets 2, and damages Fade a lot there.
Yeah, Fade and Clove both being low here. This could be a winnable round from Jay.
Spike planted.
Especially with this guy's right clicks, it might be possible. As it looks like a slow push up to flank for Jay. Spike just down, picks up a dig, 3 bullets, 3 people. Only needs a headshot at the brim So that is promising for Jay. Looks like Jay is going to get timinged by
Goodbye, Viper.
Fade, and that is the round for St. John's.
Still, 2 picks from a save round is never bad.
Yeah, especially when they did full buy those. So all of them were full buying, so they can barely buy this round. Or they throw out a Vandal onto someone, which is definitely interesting, but it looks like they have enough for next anyways. So it looks like, fortunately, there's no heavy ults this round like there was that Neon ult for the initial. Yep. Unfortunately. Oh, the Gecko flash through the crevasse. Able to flash a lot, but unfortunately not able to pick up much value from it as MCU falls on that coordinated push to try and retake sites. Alright, I guess now it's time to play Scrappy, what MCU is best at. Unfortunately, Gecko on the side of St. John's does have ult, which is going to be tough if they decide to use it on this round, even if we are close, but something to look out for. It looks like MCU only seems to be pushing out on rounds that they're saving, which I feel like is
It is a viable strat. It is a viable strat.
Yeah. Looks like 4-5 push out A short. Gets one. Raymond picks up the second on Elia. That's 3 down. 3 guns picked up on the side of MTU. And that is a 4v1 for the side of MTU. Last pushing up their flank. Shots
Spotted.
known. And now MTU seems to have got this. Raymond pushing out, getting a cross on the choke point, potentially, so it's easier for them to get the pick. Fade might look in towards saving here with them up so much.
Yeah, that definitely wouldn't be a bad idea. They have spike control, they have smoke still. Very, very low chance that Fade wins this round.
Looks like Fade's got the lineup to set up maybe a potentially good kill. Unfortunately, the eye does not get any for St. John. Elliot in the smoke, saws the gun, wasn't able to get it, and Raymond.
Yay.
Able to get safely into sight, to tap slightly, basically 20 HP on that Clove. So it is a 2v3 for MTU, although Clove is very low. Looks like that is spiked down. Spray, unfortunately, the spray barely missing Clove. Might have been able to pick her off.
Yeah.
On the smoke, great nade on Raze for Elliot there. Pushes out the Gecko, and then with that, Clove gets picked off.
Last player
King
standing.
gets picked. 1v1 for Elliot. Only Roomba left with the wrap for this Brimstone. Elio able to get it half off. And Elio almost getting Lori side. Unfortunately, that flank up around Truck was not great for him.
Yeah, another nail-biting round. 1 versus 1 at the last moment. Still cutting it close. Tech pause coming out for Tech here.
Yes. And with that, they're probably going to try and think of other things to go about. So they did try that early contact that last round, and it didn't seem to work too much, as they seem to got pick off pretty easily. At least with the way that St. John plays, they see someone, they immediately divert people to that person. At least 2 people.
Yeah, I'm definitely not playing the ego game. Definitely being smart with their numbers.
And it looks like we have the Brim ult up, which it might be good to try and play pinches on site. Maybe even play a little bit more ratty, I'd say, on the side of MTU, because it looks like there is some leniency in the way that St. John's plays, but we just have to find that crack.
Yeah, there's some very good ults for post plant here. Like, say they have plant down on A, they can just clear out the entirety of lamps, and that almost always secures the round after that.
Yep. No, especially if that catches on someone in lamps. Just a great ult to have, especially on this map. Gecko still has ult for St. John's. And Brim and Fade one off of their ult as well for St. John's, which is going to be tough. But Viper almost has Pit. 1 more kill, and then she has it. Looks like a heavy B-long rush on the side of St. John's. All 5 running down. With that, Thrash going down, does not see the Sky in the corner. Unfortunately, Kang gets picked off. It's a 4v4, all 4 of St. John's in long. 3v4 for MTU. 2v4 for MTU. 1 backside B, Viper, looking to try and get something. Jay, unfortunately, does get tapped. Raymond gets picked off from the orb, gets 1, gets 2, and gets the 3rd with the spike down. 2v1 for MTU, both 1 HP. This is going to be close.
Yep, heard the TP, knows he's there.
Looks like the spike is being able to pick up by the Clove. Looks like Raymond might be playing off ult here. And with that, ult going down, getting pushed back site, and Jay picking it up.
Huge round from Tech, especially with that play from Goodish there, getting 3 off the lurk the lurk onto A.
Yeah, and even being lit up by that eye, he was still able to get both the Rays and then the other 2 who peeked after him. An insane amount of ones taken by him, and kudos to picking up that round, or at least making it that much winnable. And then Jay picking up the last kill, which well played for the both of them. And that's a great 2v4 turned. Unfortunately, St. John's has 3 ults this round, Brim, Raze, and Fade, which is going to be tough to combat.
St. John's does have a little bit of a light buy. They do have some light shields and are suffering a little bit on the credit-wise.
Yep, 3 playing in Garden for MTU. We seem to not want to give up this space, and it looks like getting 1, and it's a 2-4-2.
Even trade coming out. All of St. John's is on B.
Looks like St. John's 1 pushed up hookah. Elliot pushing into TP. Sees the 1 hookah, knows, gets picked unfortunately by the Brimstone. And with that, it is a 1v3 on the side of MTU, and Raymond falls, unfortunately. All right. And with that, MTU now have 4 ults for this sort of get back our lead sort of round. And St. John's leading up with 2 ults, 1 off Clove as well. And it is going to be a lot closer for MTU, especially with the lack of guns we're able to afford right now. Fortunately, Fade can't, Fade can't buy. But yes, it is going to be a bit of a scrappy round, yet again, but we do scrappy.
We've
win
got
scrappy.
one hero Vandal though, maybe it can get done.
Yep, another 5 push out A main for the side of MTU. It looks like it might have been read by St. John's. Clove watching close, Kang falls unfortunately, and that's 2 down for the side of MTU. Clove does not try an ult to get one more. MTU does have one gun now from that Clove, and it's a 3v4. Jay gets the pick onto Brimstone with that nice Sheriff head top as he watches the angle. And Raze is there, decides to concede that angle as now it is sort of a reverse. Now we got the MTU defense and offense in the offensive side or spawn as the spike goes down for St. John's.
Spike planted.
Ray's trying to get a lurk on the defense, but little does he know there's no one there. They're actually
All on their side.
yeah.
It looks like potentially a TP to go out and burst out of hookah as they know that no one is CT now. And we have the Gecko Thrash coming down. Fade ult trying to go on. Saw the Fade ult come from elbow. No one long. It's known that they are not long.
One enemy remaining.
That's 1, that's 2, and that is a round for St. John.
Again though, still getting 2 kills on that save round.
Yep, no, definitely good. Seemed like St. John sort of figured it out. Something might be off with that same strategy of 5 rushing it down A main, A short, but still able to get 2, which is really good. And it looks like 3 ults still left for MTU. Able to full buy minus Raymond, full shields. And it looks like a full buy as well for St. John.
Yep, still kind of waiting for this Viper ult to come into play. That is going to be a major turn of events.
Especially with them not having that Sentinel, that Viper ult definitely deters people from sight.
Yeah.
Looks like a push up B4 on MTU side, pushed up. Fade looking to see in, trying to get a pick, and it looks like St. John is slowly pushing up A, playing up contacts, but there's no one to contact. Thrash going down on the side of St. John, seeing no one, and going back into U-Haul to be reclaimed for its second cast.
Interesting, he tried to plant in the middle of nowhere there with a direct view of heaven.
Yep, with that smoke down and 2 people watching it, I think it was safe, and it might be a gamble that's worth it later in the rounds. And it is a 3v4, 3v5 post plant for MTU. 2v4, taking quick contacts here. Flash out. Fortunately, just the right spot, close in for Kang to walk right into him, and Kang not even know. All right, and that is an unfortunate round for MTU, 2-7, and hopefully we can get at least a third this half, maybe even get that 3-9 curse up and running. If not, maybe even 5.
Attack on a little bit of a light shield buy here.
It looks like we've decided to stray against for putting at least 4 towards a site, which is usually a good idea to do unless you're gambling. So MTU has 3 on B-sided and 2 on A. And playing together, especially with this 3 garden play again, which is how they played earlier as well. Lots of mollies coming down from Michigan Tech to try and slow them down. Doesn't look like many rotates are going to be coming out from MTU. That is St. John's on site. All 5, no one dead in the rounds. 1 pick on the side of St. John. 4v5 for MTU. Looks like a retake. Raze does have ult on the side of MTU. Elliott leading with the ult. Unfortunately doesn't see the Raze. That swings out and gets 2. And that is another round for St. John. It's unfortunate. I feel like we're at least playing, our communications are like lacking. So we know that there's people outside A, but the train to get people to rotate, we're sticking too much to our site. I feel like we're playing too much like last game.
Yeah, for sure. You see it's a 3v5 on the side of the defense constantly because if you see the way they played last game, they were lurking. They had 1 or 2 lurking almost every round.
Yeah.
So it's almost expectable to play like that.
Yeah.
But it's not working.
Yep. And MTU on a scrappy round again. We're able to 5 push outside of B hookah as they decide to push up. Try and maybe pick off that Fade, get a gun. Fade is walking into the Molly, spraying. Unfortunately, falls to Raymond with the Stinger. And unknown, that Brimstone is lurked up right there, and it looks like the 4 are going to peek out, get another gun, and it is a 4v2 for the side of MTU, which is really good for us. This is definitely the round to get for us to pick up this round. Sky flashes on today. Flashed. That is Zen down on Gecko. Now it is a 4v1 on the side of MTU. All of us are healthy, and that is a dinked on the Raze. 1 HP Raze, trapped in hookah. Only a matter of time. Spike being stuck. 1 down, and that's that.
Thrifty.
Another thrifty for MTU.
Good round, good round.
Love
Securing
to see all the
that possibility of a 9-3 curse there.
Yeah.
So if you didn't happen to see my wonderful jersey I was wearing, this comes from one of our sponsors. Looking to spice up your style? University Images is your official headquarters for authentic Michigan Huskies apparel. University owned, university operated, University Images, located in the SDC, or go to bookstore.mtu.edu.
Yeah, and if they're open right now, I might head there afterwards, but unfortunately I think they are closed right now. And it looks like another B push towards the side of St. John's as they slowly push up. MTU got a 4-person, or 2-person, 3-person? I think that's 3-person. 3-person flank to wrap.
That's 4.
Okay, yeah, that is 4. 4-person wrap as St. John's gets the site down. Viper ult is known to be in hookah, which is going to be rough for the person waiting to push up.
That Brim lurk is going to be so scary.
No, for sure. I think he might have seen someone too. Viper definitely heard him, able to see him outside. Brim playing off ult, getting a very good displacement onto Henry. Unfortunately, having him to swing out and perish as M2 rushes on the site. Elliot on, unfortunately falls. Jay is the last one left in a 1v4. Gets 1, gets 2. Oh, and unfortunately unable to get the last 2. And that was 3 on Jay. 3 kills on Jay that round with that Brimstone as well, which almost was really, really good. Unfortunately, that Brim lurk up, able to get his ult off, displace us so much so that it was really hard to get back from.
Yeah, there's a reason why they have those displacement stats. If you didn't know, some util displays that you displaced someone else, and that's also very important in some situations.
Yeah, definitely stop the lurk. A big beam from the sky, not much you can do about it. And looking at this, 3-9 for MTU, looks like we might be able to play something spicy here, especially with the Viper. It's definitely going to be very ratty of an offense, especially with that wall. Lots of things you can do. Being able to push up, presumably every round into hookah or U-Haul. Looks like MTU is pushing towards B-sided. Gets the trade. Elliot gets the trade for Raymond. Jay falls. No smokes on the side of MTU currently in a 3v4.
Enemy remaining.
Gecko does get a kill, 1v4, and able to pick up the second, and unfortunately, that is a lost round for MTU. It looks like they're trying to take back their aggressive playstyle now that it is defense, taking those early ones on the side of St. John's, which is definitely something to get used to.
Yeah, it's just a total switch of pace that it's really hard to really understand that, like, you can just switch up strats like that, and it's hard to counter when you've been like trying to learn how to counter the first one in the first place.
Yeah. And it looks like a full buy from everyone this round. This round is the round to win for the side of MTU to try and get more rounds. At least some leniency with the rounds.
Yeah, we've got a
Looks like a
5-man.
lurk up to U-Haul, and it looks like there is a judge waiting there. Fortunately, judge gets one, judge gets two.
Down A.
Ran out of ammo, gets a third. 2v5 side of MTU, gets one, 1v4. Brim is low, so it is 1v3.1, but last main without access to spike. Gets pushed by the judge, Jay gets one. Has access to a judge now, which makes it a lot more winnable. Unfortunately, the disrespectful knife kill to end that round. Jeez. Very, very quick round there, especially with that judge hold in U-Haul. It's definitely one of the better angles to hold with that gun on this map.
Yeah, another kind of change of pace there, playing a little more passive.
Definitely a lot. It makes a lot more sense to play passive on that round, especially because it is their buy round. They don't want to peek out, give them guns.
Yeah,
They
and
just want to win the rounds.
yeah, and MTU's been known to be very aggressive on their buy rounds.
Yep. And especially their save rounds. 4 pushing up, 5 pushing up. Looks like MTU seems to be pushing up Hookah. Looks like they don't meet anyone at start, and they seem to be running at them. That is the TP down with the nade. Fast crunch onto MTU. 2v5, 1 in Hookah. And that is Kang down. It is a 1v5. Jay's the last one left inside of MTU. Definitely the round to try and clutch up.
You got
Jay gets
St.
one,
John's.
Jay gets two. Oh, unfortunately, the double swing from the Brim and Clove is enough to finish Jay off.
That was for sure winnable if they all, swung one by one, but
Yeah.
I don't think they were going to do that.
No, definitely don't want to give them the room to do that, give them the leniency to do that. Definitely cutthroat. And the way that St. John is playing this, and especially with that fast TP satchel into Hookah, fast trunge, before MTU, we even knew it, they were surrounding us, and we're on offense.
Yeah. Really collapsing on them and not giving them any room to breathe.
Looks like MTU is 4 pushing up the long here with guns, gets 1 pick. Jay is lurking out A-sided, maybe being able to pick up the rotate away from A. Clove pushing into the smoke, maybe getting one, backing up. It's going to be tough. Looks like we're going to be immediately staring there. The smoke and then the TP as Clove is rotated. Looks like definitely a spot for MTU to take TP, maybe potentially kill that guy. Yep, especially with Jay picking off the Clove. It is going to be a transition into the TP. Fully take A as everyone else is rotated.
Viper ult coming out. This should be an easy round for Teg here with all this util, 5 mans, and the site controlled.
Yep. With this, it seems almost... It is very necessary to win this round, but the Viper ult might be overkill. Ram get the smokes out. Unfortunately, looking away at the wrong time as the Brimstone peeks out, able to get a pick, gets the Vandal. As it is a 4v2 for tech. Brim almost ulting, decides not to as the fade falls on the side of St. John's. In the Viper's pit, Raze pushes in, slowly ticking down, Spike getting tapped. He's holding it, and Elliot gets both. And with that, the round goes to MTU. And hopefully we can use that as a springboard into more rounds.
The momentum begins. Any kind of win can start something.
Yep. Especially for MTU. 2 off of Gecko ults. So potentially being able to use that this round or soon. Unfortunately, St. John's does have Brimstone ults, Raze ults, and potentially Clove ults if she does get a kill or picks up one of the orbs. Fortunately for MTU, St. John's unable to full buy. Them leading a mixed buy, some with Stinger, some with not. Getting a pick. It is a 3 people on A, unfortunately. Watching the place where MTU tried to take contact. As MTU contacts up showers. Raze still on top of the ledge there in a bit of an off angle. Does Kang clear it again? Knew he was there before. Kang gets 40 down on his HP. Raymond gets a pick onto Fade, which was pushed up A, as Raze pushes into where the Fade was.
Tech doing a very good job not over peaking, not being too overheated here, really assessing their situation and trying to figure something out.
Raze getting a good lurk here. Unfortunately, I don't think Kang is going to be able to see this until... Oh. And that is 3 towards B-sided as MTU gets the pick on A, which means that MTU does have A site in a 2v3 scenario. Fortunately,
30 seconds left.
unfortunately, St. John's has that Raze and Cloval online to combat us.
Last player standing.
That is the last player left. Gecko 1v3. One off a Thrash, has one flanking him. And, the Raze ult goes down into Gecko, and that is the match. And then that is
Defenders win.
the game for the game and match for St. John's, unfortunately. And well fought by MTU. We played it pretty well all around, but unfortunately, we weren't able to get it on top this time around.
No, but it was definitely fun to watch. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. It's definitely always a good time to see Tech winning those rounds, especially with the first map being even closer than this one, 7-13. I think they can get it done.
Yeah, no, for sure. And especially, it's just unfortunate. And we'll probably have better luck next week. And... Yep. And we will be having a player interview after this if y'all want to stick around. And if you joined us late and saw us late, don't worry, the VOD will be uploaded later after the stream finishes up. And we'll see you next week, as well as there is upcoming streams tomorrow, Thursday, and Monday. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, so tomorrow on the 9th, we have a Overwatch game. We're taking on Rochester Institute of Technology at 7. And then on Thursday, we will take on Fisher College in Call of Duty at 8:30. And then on Monday, we will go against University of Toledo in Rocket League at 7. And then next week is Tuesday, today, we will be playing Valorant again versus the University of Toledo. Wow, we're playing them back to back. Well, thank you again to all of our partners for supporting MTU Esports. I've been David.
And I've been Nolan. And hopefully you all have a nice rest of your night and good luck on exams, because I know there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe.
And we'll see you all next time. All right, and we are back. We brought Henry up into the caster booth here for a pre-game, post-match interview. How are you feeling, first off?
Great.
Okay. I guess first question I would have is MTU. We had I believe like 3 thrifties there. We were nailing those thrifties. What were your guys' main thoughts and going into these rounds?
So we were just trying to deathball down, and it worked a lot. So yeah, that's what we were doing. And we just called deathball, and it worked.
Definitely seemed to tear through some rounds. So really, really great strategy sometimes. And I guess, what map do you say you would be the most comfortable on?
I liked our Haven a lot. I think we could have won a lot more rounds, but I think we did well.
All right, nice. And then I believe that would be all.
Okay.
And hopefully both teams had fun. Seemed pretty neck and neck, especially on the end there. And yeah, looking forward to seeing all of you again next week, Tuesday, when we face off UC Toledo. Also, do you have any idea of how you guys are going to prep for next week?
Our practice has to be secret.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Secret
Off
practice.
limits. Off limits. Fortunately, we can't get the varsity and scoop on their training, but we will see you next guy when they put that training into practice. And that's us. See y'all.